Again, as I explained, I'm seeing a lot of water in Africa, so many countries are going to be hit with flood.
Burundi is in fact reeling from the devastating impact of the widespread flooding and torrential rains. Nearly about 100,000 people have been displaced so far.
In Burundi, infrastructure has been damaged and tens of thousands of people have been displaced.
Dilfa's village sits near Lake Tanganyika, which has been overflowing. The resulting deluge put nearly 100,000 people on the move, destroyed crops and critical facilities.
Many people are living in difficult situations as the flooding has destroyed infrastructure and fields and impacted livelihoods. Since last year, the rain and the water levels have been rising here. Little by little, the land is getting waterlogged. Now it has reached this level and we've never seen it this bad. It's terrible. It's the first time I've seen it like this in my lifetime.
Burundi recorded relentless rainfall since last September, accompanied by hailstorms and some gusty winds. Now, the overflowing Lake Tanganyika has led to severe flooding, prompting for mass evacuation. As many as 98% of the Burundians are socio-economically vulnerable to this impact and are in dire need of aid.
There's a lot of water that's going to happen in Africa, by the way.
Settled just southeast of Burundi's capital, Bujumbura, the community of Kibenga has been hit the hardest by the natural calamity. In the northeastern shore of Lake Tanganyika, dozens of neighborhoods were flooded. The roads, highways and bridges were heavily destroyed or totally inaccessible. Thousands of homes as well as hospitals were abandoned after the water levels in Africa's second largest lake reached the dangerous mark of 77.04 meters.
Have submerged parts of this church and the entire neighborhood along with it. These houses of Gatumba in western Burundi can now only be accessed by boat. Floodwaters have cut off this family from the world.
The water hit us and we had to look for a place to build a shelter, but we couldn't find anywhere because the water was already everywhere. We came here where there wasn't that much water yet, and we built a long platform according to the height of the water and covered it with tarpaulins.
Water everywhere. Months of relentless rain has spared neither roads, homes nor farmland in Burundi. The relentless rise of Lake Tanganyika continues to cause chaos for communities living along its shores. It's not just the port. We saw Gatumba in total distress, same as Kibenga, same as the Kinindo West neighborhoods. Rumonge is also in distress today, even Nyanza-Lak. In fact, we can say the entire coastline of Lake Tanganyika is in distress as far as I am concerned.
Between September 2023 and April 7, 2024, 203,944 people were affected, according to the Internal Displacement Tracking Matrix, in addition to 19,250 homes and 209 classrooms that were destroyed. The number of internally displaced people has also increased by 25%, reaching over 98,000 people.
Check your dams over there. In fact, the whole world needs to check their dams. Everywhere in the world, tell your leaders to check their dams.
Much of Mipe area in eastern Ghana is underwater. Heavy rains in the Volta River basin forcing thousands of people from their homes. That's after managers of the state electricity company ordered excess water from its 2 dams to be spilled to prevent them from busting their banks. The effect on neighboring communities is devastating. Officials from the Volta River Authority have had to spill excess water before, but the flooding now is one of the worst in many years.
I managed to move my sick brother to safety. The water came with so much force and speed, I couldn't take much of anything. I had some money which is in the house, but I can't find it.
Ghana is facing severe flooding that has left more than 25,000 persons homeless. The lower Volta basin in the country is grappling with the dire situation, which followed the release of excess water from the Akosombo and Kwong Dam. Resilient residents are battling with the fury of nature and the deluge caused by man-made actions, with their existence hanging in the balance.
Now, this is a lot of water. This is not like low water or just like general flooding. This is a lot of water.
Ghana received unusually heavy rains this year, with experts blaming climate change for the extreme weather. In May, Ghana's meteorological agency warned that the country could experience erratic patterns, but nobody was expecting this.
This happens every year, extending to our gate here, and lasting 3 days. However, the level of this current one is unprecedented.
Officials say the excess rainfall meant more water collected in the 2 hydro dams along Volta Lake than unusual, and they were forced to release the excess water to prevent the dams from collapsing and causing even more widespread damage. More than 26,000 people lost their homes and farms.
Hospitals, morgues, schools, banks and marketplaces are underwater across 6 districts.
The spillage was primarily caused by recent heavy rains.
The spillage, which appears to have no end in sight, is to protect the dams from collapse.
The spilling may continue, even though they are anticipating that the levels may drop down to the phase 1. And to safeguard this dam, it means that we have to spill water.